Is it recording?
Yeah, yes.
Just say, okay, great. Okay, cool. Okay. Hello. Hi. Welcome back to the episode of this is the Tyler Barker Show. Today I have a really exciting two guests. They're actually twins, right? Uh
Yes.
Quatir, right?
Qaturi.
Katiri and Yamari.
hmm
They are both UWT students, and they have what is it? They're what's the women's
Society of Women Engineers.
That's it. Yeah, that's so cool. Welcome to the show. How are
Yeah,
you
thank
guys?
you. We're doing great. I'm the president of the Society of Women Engineers, and I'm a
Mhm,
senior pursuing electrical engineering.
mhm.
I am the operations and finance chair of SWE, and I am a master's of accounting student at UW.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So you guys are really smart. That's really like inspiring and empowering that you guys
On
are doing that.
paper. On
On
paper.
paper. I bet your family's like really proud of you that you're doing all this.
Yeah. It's just, they've never been to college, so like we're first gen, so it's like we're just
Wow.
like some of the struggles of like, oh, like they don't understand sometimes when you have to like cram in to do like homework and
Mhm.
stuff. They're like, why can't you do this family thing? Or like, why aren't the dishes done and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
like I kind of need to do my schoolwork, but I promise you I'm gonna get to that. But
right.
yeah, some of the understanding factor has been a little
Hmm.
but it's mostly a good experience. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome. What do you like most about your guys' major that you really enjoy?
I like the numbers, but it's like a love-hate relationship because it's like the numbers getting there is confusing, but then once you like realize how you got there, or like for
Mhm,
we do a lot of Excel and stuff. So like a lot of people in my class are like they have different skill sets levels of like Excel knowledge that they know. Some know straight
mhm.
out coding in Excel and some just know like plus or minus equations and all that stuff. So it's
Yeah.
really nice to like just collaborate in accounting and figure out this. And like just last night, I was laughed at because no, like actually it was a big fumble on my end. It's just like for an equation, I divided it by two, and they're like, "Why did you divide it by two?" And I said I took the average, and they're like, "But you weren't given an average, so why did you do that?" And they just started laughing. But I had the answer if I didn't divide it by two. It's just, those moments are like what makes like your major, like the points you can laugh at when you're like really like stupid, you know? But like
Um,
I wasn't being that stupid. It was just it made sense. But yeah,
mhm.
they were willing to explain. I like how nice accountants are, like when like because everyone's learning.
Dang. Yeah, that's rough. I
Yeah.
I don't like how I that's so messed up. It's so stupid because it's like math, right? I hate the ones where it's like they give you the answer, but then the fact that you have to solve it. It's like, what do you mean? The answer's right there. So why do I have to solve it when the answer's right there? I don't like math.
Yeah.
I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate it. Mm-mm. I
I
haven't
have the
done
same thing with my major as well, where like they'll give you like where you're supposed to go, but then there's like all these steps to get there.
Mhm,
Like for example, like one of my projects, like my junior year, the first quarter that I got into the major, we had to
mhm.
design like the taillights of a
Yeah.
like it was a 1965 Ford Thunderbird car,
Oh
so
my God, I
it
don't
was
even know what
like
that
the
is.
blinking taillights that go like one, two, three, and then they clear out. And we had to design that like on a physical, like what they call a breadboard, so like a wiring thing for electrical. And that was hard. That was a hard project.
Wow, oh my God. Wait, what made you inspired like to go to that route to like make you have that major for engineering and such?
Um, I was exposed to aerospace engineering in high school. So
Mhm,
I was supposed to be in Tacoma Public Schools, but after
mhm,
middle school, my mom had us transferred to Franklin Pierce Schools, which is like
mhm,
10 minutes the other way to our house.
mhm,
And they had like programs like called there was one called Avid where it was like college readiness and preparedness that we
mhm.
were in from middle school to high school. And then when I got to high school, I was trying to do CS, but they wouldn't let me in the CS class and they put me in this like manufacturing engineering class and I was the only girl and they were like we need more women in here and like
Mhm,
we feel like you'll be great for this. So
mhm.
um I did it and I ended up liking it. No, I did. I loved it. And I taught a lot of like, some of the boys that had like perceptions of, oh, like a woman can't be in this field.
Yeah.
Like my teacher, he made me like quality control supervisor for like everything, so they had to get like checked off by me, which was kind of funny. I was like, why would you do that at first? But I liked it. Like after a month, I was like, yeah, no,
Mhm.
go redo that. But no, I turned into a little dictator, but basically, basically that experience, I was like, I'm going
Mhm.
to college for engineering. I just don't know what
Yeah.
for, and I don't want to do aerospace. Yeah. So then I went to I decided to do computer engineering at first, and
Mhm.
I finished my junior year in computer engineering actually, and
Mhm.
I didn't I and when they're like, look ahead, like what jobs do you want? Look for internships. When you
Yeah.
were Googling that stuff and all the roles I looked at for computer engineering, I could not picture myself working any of those jobs like forever or like for
Yeah.
like 5 years, you know? So it was
Yeah.
like, I don't like this major, but like I'm good at it, but I don't like
Yeah.
it. So, I switched to electrical because I really like the hardware part of computer
Mhm.
engineering, not so much the software. So
Mhm.
I switched to electrical.
Oh, that's interesting. What an interesting story. I love how like you're the only woman that did it. I think that's so inspiring. So like do you guys have any advice for that if like someone wants to go into like engineering and they are a woman and they're like really shy about it? Like cuz like I think it's pretty empowering that you guys are doing it. But like I bet there's some people out there who don't really know what they want to do, but they kind of do. Do you have any like advice for that?
Well, I know it might be a slap in the face to hear this, but just do it. Like honestly, just have confidence and do it. And like I know like it might be uncomfortable and like you're staring like, oh, there's like all these men in the classroom or
Yeah.
like but at the same time like they don't know you. So it's like you have nothing to prove for them as long as you know that. But I know like humans in nature, they want to like be like heard and like validated and seen.
Mhm.
But like you might not get that for like the first year or two of being in the major, but as long as you like have a picture of what your long-term goal is and like what you want as a career, I feel like that's really motivating within itself to just like
Mm,
be that only person in the classroom that like either dared to speak up or like say the wrong answer. Like you can just be confident, just do it. Like I'm confident when I'm wrong and I'm confident when I'm right. So
That's
just
cool. I like how you say you're confident when you're wrong and confident I'm right. Because, like, there's been many times where I speak in class because that's where I get most of my participation because I cannot do midterms for the life of me. Oh my God.
no, yeah. Yeah. I
I
understand. No, completely.
bombed my midterm. I got like a 45 out of a 90.
No,
What?
I've been there. I've been there so many times.
It was so bad. And so, yeah, I do most of the talking in class, which I like, but there's many times where the teacher's like, "Oh, explain." And I'm like, "Oh, uh, I don't know." You know?
Yeah.
So, it's interesting that you say confidence is key, so that's really cool. Did you have any classes you guys both hated and you're like, "God, never again." Uh-uh.
Essentially, probably all my group classes in the business school. However, it is solely just because of the groups. Some like the professors are fine. Some of them aren't. I have like some of them but most of them were fine. The issue was, like they random the groups. So you're stuck with random people. Like they might be working full time and
Mhm.
they might have like family to take care of. However, the issue is if you don't communicate that with me, I'm not gonna know. So I had
Right.
days where like they couldn't like talk for their life. And
Yeah.
so it would end up with like me only doing the group project like for the whole team. So
Oh, it's
yeah.
terrible.
So
Oh,
I have a strong stance on group. However, my whole master's program is group work. But I'm having like a little bit better time in it.
okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Do you think like for the both of you, do you think like going to our school, do you think it's like hard to make friends or do you think it's pretty easy? Because like me, I had like a lot of different experiences where I would make a friend, but then the next day they have no idea who I am and they would just walk away. I'm like,
I
what?
think it's hard. I think it's really hard to make friends, especially at UWT, just because it's a commuter campus and like It's located downtown. There's not a lot of housing. There's not enough housing. There's
Yeah.
not enough for students. That's all I'm gonna say. But so I mean, we go to a school where it's like, okay, like you have to really put in the effort to like make a friend and keep a friend, like you said. Like I've had no, like I'm so serious. I didn't make a friend until my last quarter of my sophomore year when I was my when I was gonna go into my junior year of computer engineering. And he sat next to
Mhm.
me in what class did I die in? Differential equations. So
Mhm.
basically, he sat next to me in differential equations and he asked me like what my major was and I was like computer engineering and he was like, "Oh, you're the first like computer engineering student I've met. Like I want to go into it
Mhm.
too." And then like from that day on, he said like he'd always sit next to me in like any class that we were in and he did. No, he did.
Really?
Until I switched out
So
the major,
cool.
he did and he was my lab partner and everything. But he was like the first guy in engineering that
Yeah.
like kind of was like didn't have an ego and was like
Oh
down to
my.
earth and everything. Yeah, I was like really sad when I switched my major.
Really? Do you guys still keep in contact or no?
I haven't talked to him since
Dang, you should
graduation.
reach out to him and be like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So wait, when you guys walk into the class, you can tell that the guys are really egotistic and like have like
Oh, well,
confidence in themselves.
my accounting's a pretty fair mix, a little bit
Mhm.
of like guys.
Yeah.
And it's just, like versus like women versus men. In accounting, it's a race thing. Like, there's
Mm,
not a lot of like representation in
yeah.
some. So, like, for the statistics is for like a CPA certified public accountant, only 2% are like black, like, is 16% are like Latino.
Mhm,
We have like maybe like higher for Asian is like
mhm.
23 and majority are white, and then you have even less than that for like islander or native people, like less than 0.2% or 1% and all that stuff. So like accounting's more of they want more representation because it used to just be like a
Yeah.
Caucasian thing, So
Yeah. Dang, that's
I'll
interesting.
say for engineering at least, we always make a joke, or at least the women in engineering, that like when you ask someone like, hey, like how can you describe your classmates in engineering? Like we always just go men and egos. Like no, and
It's a
I'll
good
say
mix.
I'll say that I'll say it's for my experience, it's halfway true. I'll
Mhm.
say the ego part is most like some of them will really like either not talk to you in lab or like for example, like you're talking to yourself at your station, you're not crazy or anything, but you're just talking to yourself, like
Right.
trying to
Mhm.
get this like component to work. And
Yeah.
then they'll be like, have you looked at the board or the instructions? And it's like, can you let me talk to myself? Like, what are you doing? So it's like little things like that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes they'll make little comments, or sometimes like it's the lack of help too. It's like, okay, like I'm looking for this one component and all of you guys have it. So why aren't you telling me where it is? Like,
Right.
yeah, so it's yeah, I'll say the ego thing, I don't think it should deter anyone from going into engineering, but I will say you should at least have a conscience yourself to not have that ego.
Mhm.
That is all I ask.
Yeah, 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 yeah. How about like finance too? Does that ever happen to you where it's like, oh no, it's okay, I'm not gonna help you. Figure it out
Oh,
yourself. It's like, the
like
answer's right there.
For example, like last night, there was a group that finished the assignment early, and the teacher was like, "Can you like help other groups so I'm not the one doing this the whole night?"
Yeah.
Nah, they didn't. Nah, they didn't go
What?
and help people. We were still struggling for like at least like 30 more minutes, and like they were done, but it took us like 30 more minutes to like get to where they were. And like every other group was like, if you like, for example, like I was going around and asking like, "Hey, what'd you get for this, and this?" And that's how
Yeah,
I ended up getting laughed at that one when I wanted to check the answer.
yeah.
For like, oh dude, why'd you do that? But like other than that, like most I know some accountants are like that their family has accountants, like they can be egotistical. However, the
Mhm.
most thing in accounting, they're not as egotistical because they just want the right answer and they want to figure it out. And like it's not like for in accounting, like it might seem like you might come off as a dick to other people, but if you're like, I swear it was this, this, and this, why is it wrong? Because like if
Uh,
that's your equation, why is it wrong? Because you followed the
mhm,
equation. And like the teacher will simply say, well, yes, however, you didn't do the negative. And so it's
mhm.
like it doesn't come off as, oh, you knew that. It was just like, why is it wrong? You
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
I'll say like it's a bit better. It's a bit better in
Oh,
accounting.
really?
There's still
Okay.
some. There's still some. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine like this like 20 or 50 years ago. I bet things would have been so different,
That would be
especially
crazy. Yeah.
you
On
know,
paper, everything was on paper 25 years ago in accounting. Yeah, no, that would have been bad because one class some classes they don't have you do it, but I had classes where they have you do the tax returns on paper still,
oh,
and
I hate
that's long.
oh, I hate tax season so much. It always scares me. And so I did my taxes. Speaking of taxes, I did my taxes and I submitted it, but then turned out I got another W-2 form that came into my mail out of nowhere. I'm like, what? So now I have to get
Oh,
like, now I have
Jesus
to wait until
Christ.
it processes and I have to like resend it. I hate taxes. I hate it. It's always
That
so
is
scary.
annoying.
I mean, depending on how much you earn, you can go to VITA. VITA is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program at UW-Tacoma, and we're on the
Mhm.
third floor of Milgard, and we do people's taxes from 12:30 to 4:30 on Fridays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. And
Really?
it's for it depends on how much you earn though, because it's for low income individuals earning less than like is it 68 or
I
so?
thought it was like 79.
79? I think so. 79,000. Oh, if you earn less than that, you
Oh,
can.
that's great. Yeah, I only work 1 day a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
4
So like they can
hours.
amend a tax. I think they can amend a tax return or something. I don't know.
That's the word. Yeah, amend a text because I was looking at TurboTax or whatever because that's the one I use, and it's like amend it. And I was like, oh okay, but I can't amend it right now because it's still processing. I was like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
taxes yucky.
Mm.
Mm.
I
They just
don't.
want the dollars.
So it's all companies send your W-2s at random
Yeah,
times, and then like UW sends out your form too.
yeah. It's just too complicated sometimes.
It is, but but you probably know it though. You like it, right? Like you probably like, yes, I love it. Do you like it since it's like kind of like in your major area, or you're kind of like,
I mean, for accounting, we only get like one class on tax and one class on like audit for the undergrad and then like one more for like the grad. I would say I don't I can do taxes. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
say like I'm like gung ho about it. I know some people that love like tax or like audit,
Mhm.
but for me, I don't really like anything. Like I'm just here in accounting, you know? So I'm
Yeah,
capable of
yeah,
doing taxes. I had two tax internships and all that stuff.
really.
But yeah,
Oh, interesting. That's
we're
cool.
capable. It's just, you're always gonna like struggle. Like as much as like I've done it for a long time, you're always gonna struggle even with like the basic steps.
Right. Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
randomly. If your brain really is not thinking, tax is really where you need to apply your brain.
Right.
You can make mistakes.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I think like with anything too, like the other day I was doing some homework and all of a sudden I realized I forgot a totally misstep and then I totally bombed it. It was really bad. Yeah, it was like for screenwriting. Like
Oh,
yeah, where it's like there's
that
this
sounds like a lot of effort.
The paper.
Oh, that seems like a lot
yeah.
of effort to like miss a line and then have to go back.
Yeah, because like
The
there's like I'm taking like there's a few teachers, two teachers. One I love, one I absolutely hate, but both of them have like a specific like lane that you want to be in, but if you don't
paper.
go that, they like discard it and they're like, "Nope, you can't do that." Do you guys
Uh,
have the same teachers where it's like or do you have relaxing teachers? Is it like
Well,
pretty
sometimes it's like it's my way or it's the highway. Like you can go if you don't do it my way. I've had teachers like that. And I've had teachers like stuck in their like own way of thinking, like, no, I'm just right, you know?
Yeah,
I had a lot of spread of teachers. Like I've had like bad classes and I've had like great classes. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. How about you with engineering? There's any teachers where you're like, "Yes, I love this teacher." You're like, "God, no. Never." Yeah.
For I love like majority of my professors. I feel like they put a lot of effort into like teaching their courses and stuff. I don't agree with like some of their teaching or like grading styles, you know? Like for example, like if you get like a question wrong that's like part A through like F or something,
and you get like part B wrong and the doesn't really matter because the value you have from part B you need for everything else. They'll just
Everything's
mark
wrong.
everything else
Yeah.
wrong. Like even if you had the right equation for like the problem, I get the values wrong and that's the only reason your answer's wrong, but they won't even give you points for like doing the steps right. They're just like, no, you're just wrong, you know? So it's like those
But
professors I don't like.
yeah,
And some professors, like, they're really understanding and they don't try to dock off as much for like
mm,
those mistakes, but it's still kind of like, could you be a little nicer? Or like, yeah, it's like maybe we should go look at
Yeah,
the
I
therapy
don't like that during
services.
the test too. The if you because we have like exams where like you might have only like six problems,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
there are parts like A through Z. Or like no, I had all the way parts through P and S or something through one problem. And
yeah.
like if like your one number that you need is wrong, they're just gonna dock you wrong for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's
that's
like not even
terrible.
partial credits because it's like you knew even if you knew what the right equation was, if your number was
Yeah,
wrong, it was wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thing. I feel like you guys would be really good mentors slash like teachers. I feel like you guys like have that really uplifting spirit. You guys could definitely help out other people. I feel like you guys would be killer at that.
We have experience. We volunteer since like we graduated elementary school. We middle school. We volunteer for our elementary school. We've been doing it ever since, sort of.
That's
And like our mom was also a teacher a little bit for the special education. She has a peers pals where like the classrooms of like neurodivergent individuals and a class full half and half of like
hmm
regular, and they're just intermixing and playing together and like learning together. And it's really nice because sometimes some of the neurodivergent individuals, like like they are just stuck in special education for the rest of
Right,
their,
right, right.
but they can go into the normal classrooms after that, like
Yeah,
yeah.
like sometimes you'll get like someone that's nonverbal, you stick them with the kid that talks too much,
And
they'll
then
they'll
you
start
figure out that
talking.
hey, they
Yeah,
Yeah.
can talk, it's just
It's
they weren't
true.
given the
Yeah. It's like, oh,
opportunity.
this kid
Yeah.
had to annoy them so much where they finally just talk
Yeah,
to tell them to
no,
get
but it's
away
like
from me.
some people weren't given an opportunity, like they're just labeled as neurodivergent from the start. And
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
like, so we
yeah,
help mainly in like the special education departments.
yeah.
We help with some of the deaf and hard of hearing because we know sign language, and so
hmm
we sort
That's
of like
cool.
teach and like help them read and all that stuff. So
Yeah. And
That's awesome.
we volunteered abroad as well. We've studied abroad in
What? That's
China.
so
Yeah.
cool.
and
That's
we've taught
really
English to
neat.
elementary kids and middle school kids too. So
What? That's amazing. That's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I think like last Friday I did an event where I forgot the name of it, but like it's a local thing and it's like a prom night for everybody who has a disability and who doesn't have like, a normal life like us. And so they make the whole entire gym like a prom night. So all of them dress up and they play music and they like do hair, makeup and like they do dinner. Some of them have like a lot of them come in limo rides, so it's really cool to like see them all happy and like dancing up on the dance floor and like really showing a smile. So I totally know what you guys are talking about because I also back in like elementary school I worked with those types of kids too and I hung out with them and really get a sense of who they are because a lot of people don't really realize who they are and then they're like afraid, but then they're
Yeah.
just they're really uplifting and so when you actually go hang out with them, it's like you get a different perspective. It's really awesome to see.
yeah,
So it's
it's
really
just
cool, you
in
guys.
elementary school. Like I know where we are now, but we were in the special education classroom. We
Mhm.
had speech issues because we were twins, and speech and hearing issues were twins. So like we were stuck on that spectrum where like they developed their own language and no one can
They thought
understand
we
them.
couldn't speak English or we're bad at English just because like we had our own
Yeah, so
communication
like we
methods
were
with
fine
each
talking to
other.
each other because like we don't care if no one else understood us. And
Yeah.
my mom understood our language. Like she
Mhm.
developed understanding. But yeah, so we were put in speech classes just because we couldn't talk and like we couldn't hear and all that stuff. So
Oh,
like
that's
it's nice to like see where like where the system is at now a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More inclusion, definitely.
yeah. Yeah. Do you think like there's more inclusion now? Like since like when you guys grew up, do you think there's more and like people are accepting it, you think?
Yeah, there's more programs and stuff available because before it's like those programs weren't even like available or options that people knew about. And now they have
Mhm.
like info session classes, like they're
Yeah.
more widely advertised.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
there's more advocacy about the subject and more people talking about it.
Right. Right. That's interesting because I also have like a disability, you can say. And so whenever I get information, I lose that information immediately. So that's when I bomb like exams and midterms. So for example, everything I learned, like, and I put it like on paper like this or whatever, and I
Mhm.
read it and I have to answer it, it turns like a whole nother language, and I don't get it. And I just totally like, whoops, okay. And I panic and I just totally flip
No, yeah, like
everything
you
off
write
the
something down,
first
it's
night.
like a 3 a.m. fever dream or something.
Yeah, or yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's it's very interesting, you know? It's you just never know who has like a disability and whatnot, but it's very interesting and cool once you realize like, oh, okay, and then you learn it and
Yeah.
get a different perspective on it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. What do you guys are going to Portland soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
You guys are
It's lagging a
what's for
little
It's
bit.
Portland?
lagging a little bit.
Yeah.
One second.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is a little off for like
Yeah,
the
just a
Is
past
it?
little
minute
bit.
and a half.
Just a little bit. Hold on. Okay, we might be
Okay.
good.
Okay, I
Can you
think
hear
we're
me
good
now?
now. Yeah. So it's just like
Yeah, no, it was just like you're tweaking a little bit. Like
yeah.
Oh,
just a bit.
It's like phasing in and out of pixels.
oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Portland. What you asked about that?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
should do a little show and tell thingy with
Oh,
some of
you
the merch
okay?
that
I'll
we
go.
got. Okay, she's gonna go grab some stuff, but basically we're selling stuff at the conference.
Oh,
So we
cool.
made designs to sell. So
Mhm,
like there's cups, t-shirts, I'm thinking I know what we're selling. Stickers,
mhm.
buttons, there's like coasters, but like like a circuit, so it's like the electronic like thing on the coaster. Oh, and then so we have this is our t-shirt design. We're gonna press the
That
t-shirt
is so
this weekend.
cool.
I know. Is it backwards or does it show up
No, no,
right when
no,
I
no.
put
It's
it?
SWE. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that one says Swede. And then there's three other designs she's grabbing right now, but one's like the Space Needle and
Hmm.
like Mount Rainier. And then the other one's like the same thing, but it has like a cherry blossom overlay. And then the other one is the Tacoma Dome with like the Museum of Glass.
Yeah.
And they're all like evening themed because like I
Mhm.
reused our evening with industry sticker designs that I made,
Mhm.
which is happening next Wednesday, by the way. And we're selling them for We Local as well. So,
Okay. That's awesome.
all right. So this is the cherry blossom one that I was talking about.
That looks so good. Is that a
I
cup?
know. Yeah, it's a cup. And
That's
then
all.
this is the Sweet logo one.
Yeah, this is
Mhm.
the one.
You guys made that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then these are the purple ones with the cherry blossom light.
Wow, those are so pretty. I love them. Those are cool.
Mm,
How long did it take you guys to make all this stuff?
Like designing took like a few weeks. I'm trying to find the other one without the cherry blossom.
That's this. Oh, we combined it.
No,
Okay.
I'll find them, but they're cool. They're cool
Wait,
anyway.
how'd you guys get this like club started? How'd you guys like get that started and now you're going to Portland? I think that's so cool.
In 2021, in 2021, I forgot what her name was, but this nice lady, she kind of founded SWE at UW Tacoma.
Mhm.
She did it by herself. She was a computer engineering student.
Mhm.
That was 2021, and then in 2022, the board it picked up a little bit. Well,
Yeah.
she founded it in 2020. So she was the only officer from 2020, 2021. And then
Mhm.
2021, 2022, there were four officers. And then it kept growing a little
Yeah.
bit. So like the next year, I'm pretty sure there was like five. And then there was like seven. This year we have
Uh-huh.
eight officers, I think. Well, last year we had eight officers. I was a part of the board last year. I was the
Uh-huh.
social media officer.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah. So I made all of our like flyers, advertisements, and like did announcements and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I took over as president this year. And
Mhm.
then we have a part of our eight officer board, we have two junior officers, so they kind of like
Mhm.
shadow the main board and like
Mhm.
kind of like learn what it's like to run the board so that when
Yeah.
like seven out of eight of us graduate,
Yeah.
we can continue the board.
This is
Oh,
the nice one.
yay. This one. This is the Tacoma one.
That is so cool. I
I
love
know.
it.
Mhm.
That is awesome. I love it. So you guys are gonna sell them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put them on. These
But
are like can
they're
sleeves.
called koozies.
They're like
Some.
koozies or something.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
like
So
they go on a can or something. So
Yeah.
like imagine this is a soda can and
Right.
it's really cold. So
Yeah.
but
it
we're
has the sleeve and then
Got
we're
it.
gonna press the
Yeah.
design onto it. So
Got it.
yeah.
That makes sense. That's cool. Gotcha,
I
gotcha. So what are you guys doing in Portland? Like what's the event about?
So the conference is it's called We Local Portland. And
Mhm.
so SWE is an international organization. So it has
Mhm.
chapters all over the US as well as outside the US. It's a global thing. So they
Mhm.
do We National Conference once a year at like a main location, and then they have a
Mhm.
bunch of We Local conferences on for the Pacific Northwest. It's gonna
Yeah.
be at Portland this year. Last year it was at San Jose. So basically, they went to San Jose last year. I couldn't
Mm.
go because teachers won't let you off
I
for
know. It's
sometimes.
crazy. I hate
Yeah.
now. Like for example, the Seahawks parade was on a Wednesday, and that's when my
That
midterm
was
was
messed up.
happening. I was so mad. My teacher knew that it was gonna happen too, so he's like, "No, we're not gonna do the midterm on a Wednesday parade." I'm like, "Oh my god."
my teacher was funny because on that class, he literally said, "I do not understand how a million people can take off work for the Seahawks because no, that his favorite team's the Seahawks. He was just pissed he wasn't at the parade. He
Yeah,
just said he doesn't understand how a million like other people can take off work randomly today, but he couldn't
he should have
because
canceled the class. Why didn't he cancel it? He should have canceled it.
he's a director. He has principles.
So he could have been like, "I'm sick." Right? Well, I mean, oh my god, I was so mad. I was like, "I'm so sad." Like, cause like, I don't know, were you just there on campus that Wednesday? It was so dead. There was nobody there. It's
There
usually
was
nobody's
She
there, but
went, yeah.
There was they literally my class usually has 46 people and it had like 15 for the first like 2 hours. I don't know how, but we gained one after eight.
Mind you, the class is 5:50 to 9:10. Like, who came at 8? Like, why didn't you come at 8?
We appreciate you
uh,
though. Yeah.
that's amazing. Are you guys like football fans or no?
We follow football,
We
yeah.
follow, we just don't really
We don't like
Mm,
watch it leisurely. Like, it's something like if it's on the TV in the living room, like we'll just
yeah.
like stand there for a little bit and like, oh yeah, run it, like cheer. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
like 2 seconds later, we'll just turn around and do something else.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on one second. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay, wait.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
I'm thinking really hard right now. I don't know.
Can I ask what's your guys' ethnicity? What's your ethnicity?
This
Ethnicity?
this is crazy. No, this is a
Okay,
crazy
wait, no,
workaround.
like
No, this is
we're not judging you for
we're
not
not.
being able to say it, but can you say it?
Ethnicity.
No,
And
it's
then well, also I can't say little or
illiterate.
little. What is little like
I mean,
little,
we say deorient.
Yeah.
So
what's that?
deorient.
Deodorant.
Yeah, I can't say it. No. Yeah.
Well, once you say that, I can't say it. So, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can't say. And this is the city, and then literally.
Well, so we're Blackfeet. We're from Blackfeet Nation, Native American, so and
Mhm.
Black, and as well as Panamanian, so Latin.
That's amazing.
So I guess I mean we're Afro Latina and Native American. That's what we identify as.
That's so cool. You say you guys travel. Have you guys been back to your home and visited family and all that, or no?
My mom and my dad has been.
Yeah, but we haven't. Yeah.
Do you ever want to go back or no?
Well, we want to visit,
I
yeah.
want my education
I,
and I want a
That
job.
she
I
likes
want a
to
job
say
and I want education and I want a livable wage.
right now.
And then we can talk about
Right
it.
now, we have different priorities. So, like, have we took a hey, have we took a vacation since we started college? No.
No.
Besides, like, the study abroad wasn't a vacation
I've
because,
been in
like,
this for 5 years, 5 years deep. 5 years deep.
so this is the crash out that you
Oh,
usually
yeah.
see
The crash
in,
out
like,
usually happens like 3 times a day.
the door. If you see like an engineering student clutching their head, they're screaming like this. Like 5 years of my life, I've done this. What was it all for? For this grade of a
Literally staring
32%.
at the Infinity Stones. Like, what was it all for?
Yeah, no, they have this all the time, like daily, even daily.
really.
I've
Oh,
seen this crash out. Like
The
maybe,
most it's happened is 6 times a day, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, this crash out happens.
really? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. It's relatable though. I get it. I understand. I get it. Because it's like one thing after another, probably, right? And just like never, it just keeps going. It's like an endless loop that just goes like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Assuming. Yeah, yeah. Do you guys want to go on vacation anytime soon? Do you guys like, oh, that sounds fun. That seems neat.
If we had the free time, no, I would. We would really desperately love to. Like I've been desperately wanting
Okay,
to.
no, but
But
my question for you, what do you think UW gives us? I don't think we
oh
get
my
a spring break.
God.
I don't think we
Okay,
get a
look,
spring
look,
break.
look,
For
look.
one, it's not in spring, and for two, why is it a week? And for three, grades are due on the same Tuesday of the week we're supposed to be resting. I'm waiting for my grades to go in the book.
And plus, other teachers are emailing you to get your textbooks.
And sometimes they have things due the day before the grades, so it's like, where's the week? Where's the vacation?
Where's the week?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Well,
ridiculous, isn't it?
actually, though, they got to work on that
Yeah,
spring
they gotta
break.
work on it.
They do. They really do. It's stupid. I get it. I understand. Because like once you're like you, it's like pretty much 4 days is your spring break, and then next thing you're back in school. It's like
Yeah.
a weekend. Screw that. It's more like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now you're back to school.
Hmm.
Yeah, cause like I think the final day of like in teacher is like that Friday, right? But then you have
Yeah.
finals week. But then that's stupid because I thought that was like part of our spring break, but then I have to go back to school on that Monday because of that stupid final.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And
It's
then
like
you don't get a spring break. You don't get a break because then they're like on that Monday when you come back for spring quarter, they're like, "Oh, how'd your break go? What break? Like what break did you have that I didn't? Because it's not translating. Like I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that for you."
right. It's stupid. It's like what are you guys doing for spring break? And you're like, what? What spring break? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I laugh when people ask me that. I'm like, "You think it's a break?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How do you guys like working on campus? Is it fun?
Oh, I don't have a job on campus.
It's fun. For me, it's fun. No, I work as a set ambassador for the School of Engineering and Technology. So like I give campus tours. I well for of like engineering labs and stuff, as well as like other stuff that I can talk about. And then
Right.
talk to students, do outreach events. Like we go to middle schools, do classroom presentations all through K through 12 schools.
That's
And
cool.
I
Awesome.
also talk to like engineers from the city and like cuz like they donate money, so it's like seeing like the students that are in these programs and like
Yeah.
their leadership and stuff like that. So, I make the school look
Awesome.
good and they pay me for it.
That's great. That's awesome. Love it. That's so awesome. Well, cool. Well, I guess thank you for coming onto the show. I really appreciate you guys chatting with me for like an hour. So that's awesome. Even though we had a really rough, kind of rocky start, we've had on Google Meets, and then
No, it was fun.
it
It was fun.
was good. It was good. Do you have any last minute wisdom to anyone who wants to go into engineering and finance and taxes and all
Accounting.
that jazz?
Yeah. Um, well, I just it's a lot. Like right now, I'm not gonna lie, we feel burnt out. But like honestly, it's like as much as people like tell you just keep studying and keep like trying. Like at the end of the day, you can't really fail if you didn't like if you tried, you can't really fail. Like I know like it might look bad to get like that 15% on the test. I've seen it before. I've seen a class average where the class average was a 44%, and that was in taxes. However, at the end of the day, I feel like if you're still trying or like reaching out or like attending office hours, that's all you can do. And like, you don't be mad at yourself for like the result because you tried. Yeah,
Right.
I'll say as long as you try and you gave it your all, at the end of the day, you can't really be mad at yourself. Like, there were times when I was like mad at myself for like, I was a horrible prerequisite student, like to get into my major. Like, I was working full time, like overly full time, like 60
Mhm.
hours a week manager stuff. And I was like, as long as I pass these classes, it's fine. So, like, my
Yeah.
lowest grade is a 2.2 in Calc 3 because I will say I understood that class way more than Calc 2, which I got a 2.9 in, okay?
Yeah.
But I just wasn't spending as much time or dedicating it because I was like, it doesn't really matter as much, you know? Because, like, as
Right.
long as I get the grade, as long as it's not below a 2.0, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
So, no, like, genuinely, that's what I
Yeah.
during
Right.
prereqs, I was like, as long as it's not below a 2.0, I'm good. Like, I
Yeah.
can get into this major or whatever. And that was not like, I'm not saying that was the right philosophy, but
Yeah.
at the time, that's what worked for me. So you have to figure out like what works for you. And I'm
Mhm.
saying like at the moment, if it's like right now, I'm really burnt out. So it's like getting myself to do some of my assignments and some of my schoolwork on top of club stuff and
Yeah.
like working. It's kind of hard right now. So like I've been like kind of reminded like it's okay to take breaks even if you don't do something for a day or two because you've been cramming in a lot like for years or months, like regardless of how long. Just like give yourself a day or two.
I would also add in it's not all about academics. Like get involved to campus. Like we have a
Mhm.
bunch of student clubs has a bunch of events to support students, and
Not a lot of people take advantage of those or attend.
yeah,
Yeah, because
I'll,
everyone goes home right after when they leave class, and then everyone's so shy and they're glued
yeah.
to their phone. So it's like, so I get it. They're
So
just
like
like,
once you get involved, I'll say I once I got involved, like you get opportunities like for we got invited because of taxes to attend like a fancy networking breakfast thing for the to represent the Milgard School of Business. And I've gotten like a bunch of some leadership awards for doing certificates on campus. I've gotten connected with people that I still like ask questions with. Like you attended one of our events, we're doing this right now. All I'm saying is that like just get involved and you can like could be like most people are like, why don't I have any friends? It's like you're just leaving. You're leaving every day. Yeah, so
"Mm,
it's like get involved. You'll get like more like once you have like exposure on your belt, like even you attended this one event, just put it on your resume. Employers might be curious. Be like, how was that?
mhm,
Yeah, no, but I'll also say
mm,
even if you like aren't someone that can commute to campus or stay on campus, like Discords, joining like
Group
club
clubs. Yeah.
Discords, you can talk to people. Like the CS Discord is really active, and like there's a lot of Discords that are just active even if you can't go on campus. And like some random person will be like, "Hey, do you want to watch like a space shuttle land at like 3 a.m. with
Yeah.
pizza?" at my house. Like it's creepy, but you know, like
No,
they're
but
legit.
they're
They're being
legit.
legit
No,
because
they are
they're a college
legit.
student. And they're
They're
just
nerds.
like,
They're
this is
legit.
my version of a party. Like that's mechanical engineering's version of a party. Watching like a rocket launch at some ungodly hour with pizza.
Nerd.
that's amazing. I love that.
Randomly do that.
Yeah, I think that's amazing on how you guys connect like that. I think it's great, especially this day and age, and how people. It's hard to connect with people, so that's why you gotta go at 3 a.m. to watch a spaceship go in the sun
Yeah,
into the
It's
space.
yeah,
necessity.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for having us. We enjoyed talking to you. I'm sorry if it seems so short. If we can schedule another call or something later, or if you just want to talk with us, we can do that too. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry about that.